Hi, welcome to Chris Jelly Golf. I've had a few questions actually on my last post on Instagram regarding the club and right arm position on the downswing in relation to John Daly, Martin Kaymer and Henrik Stenson. We'll see this position in a lot of players, but I was just going to explain in a little bit more simple detail on how this could help your golf. So what I tried to show on the last post was the club position and the right arm position on the downswing, okay? So with John Daly, etc., looked a little bit like this, where your club shaft and right arm was in the same angle, okay? We'll see those guys rotate really well at speed into the ball. The right wrist stays bent or extended, and the elbow is extending onto the ball at the perfect moment in time, okay? So this will be when they get the best strike, okay? Quite often, and the reason for the post, I'll see amateur golfers, let's say, okay? I wouldn't say any particular golfer, but a lot of amateur golfers, this will straighten too quickly, the wrist will also straighten too quickly, and the club will come into impact like this. We want it to come in a little bit more like this, or a lot more like this, okay? So from this angle, that will look, no, we don't want this, and we do want this, okay? That helps keep the body rotating through the ball as best we can, and it'll help get the maximum amount of compression. The typical ball flight we might see if our right arm and our right wrist straightens too quickly is the ball going a little bit left, particularly shallow strikes. So this could lead to a heavy or thin strike, and also the ball going a little bit left, okay? So what I mean by that is if it straightens early, we'll get a little bit shallow. We can see the added loft. And from this angle, we'll see that the club head is pointing a little bit more left than we want to, okay? So by keeping our right elbow and our right wrist extended and bent for as long as possible, this should help us get a lot more compression in the golf ball, which will start the ball lower. Our low point should be a little bit more forward, which will help with the strike, and our club face should be a lot more stable. So you should notice quite a difference in the ball flight if it's done as good as it could be. Okay, so generally the next question will be, how can I fix this, or how can I achieve this? Personally, in my coaching, I'm not a big advocate of training aids. I like to use the golf club and the ball flight as the training aid. This isn't to say that there's lots of good training aids out there. I just don't really use them. Firstly, I would encourage the player, just see if they can hit a punch shot. Okay, so if we start to hit low, hard punch shots, that should start to encourage more of a compressing impact position. Also from a skill development point of view, just hit a shot and take a mental note of the ball's trajectory, and see if you can hit one a little bit lower, and a little bit lower, and a little bit lower, or a little bit higher, just to play about with, get a feeling and a vision of a couple of different things happening through impact, which is really, really good. The retention of that information is proven to be pretty good as well. So you could maybe set out a set of 10 balls, use the first ball as a guide, say to yourself, right, I'm going to hit the next one lower, I'm going to hit the next one higher, and so on and so on. Don't be afraid to play about with it and try and get really skillful. Another way we can also do it, and what I find does work, sometimes controversially or maybe not so, is just simply doing like slow or staged swings, so you can feel the difference or feel the position that you're trying to achieve. So simply at impact, getting the feeling of the handle in line, a little bit more in line with our left leg, a strong or a compressed impact position. Even getting a vision and a feel of that can really help when you go to play your game of golf, okay? Or you can do slow or staged golf swings, or where we stop or we pump the club towards the ball. We're trying to keep this hinged as best we can, stop at impact so you can feel your hips and your upper body have cleared and the club head's coming into the body last. So whenever I'm doing drills or exercises, I always like to get players to feel and visualize and see where the golf club is at the certain moment in time, and then if they can do this at a slower pace than normal, that's great. Then we can then start to build up speed pretty quickly. Thanks very much for watching. Please feel free to comment or send us your video underneath. and hope it was nice and simple and you learned a little bit about striking the ball better. You'll find us on Instagram, on YouTube, and also www.chrisjellygolf.com. Thanks again, and keep on following us. Cheers.